What's up, Jeremians? One of the most popular requests on my channel is by my subscribers and viewers who ask me to make more videos on the PSR-E463 by Yamaha. Either they are considering to buy that keyboard or they already own the keyboard and want to know how to make better use of the functions and features in that keyboard. So in today's video, I will tell you how each knob would change the characteristics and the sound of the grooves that is created on the keyboard. In the PSR-E463 right now, the new function is that the live control knobs can control both the backing track as well as the voices, the dual voices and the main voice. But in this video, I will only be concentrating on how the knobs will be affecting the grooves and the backing track. If enough viewers want to know how to use the live control knobs to affect the main voices, I will make another video about it. And as a bonus, if you guys give enough thumbs up and leave enough comments, what I'll do is that I will show how to make a recording of a backing track with all the live control knobs to spice up the backing track. And above and beyond that, while we play back the recording of the groove creator track, I will overlay it with my playing with the synth sound, at the same time controlling and changing and altering the characteristics of the synth sound using the live control knobs. So you can actually use live control knobs to control both the synth sound and the backing track at the same time if you have one part that is pre-recorded. And this gives a really wide array and myriad of possibilities that is possible on this supposedly still quite an entry-level keyboard. So without further ado, let's get started on how to make us some great music. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jeremy C, and on my channel, I teach you how to make great music with your Arranger keyboard. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you do not miss out any video that I upload. In the first part of this video, I'll be showing you how to use the live control knobs to affect the sound and characteristics of the groove creator patterns. There are actually 5 assignable functions that we can use to affect different parts of the keyboard. However, for the backing track, we can only use the first 3 sets. This is the one that has been placed in gray, and that is the knob assigned 1, 2, and 3. For 4 and 5, we can only use it for the keyboard voices, which is basically the voices you're going to play along with the groove creator phrases, right? In the first part, we will only be using the knobs to affect the groove creator, which is the backing tracks, and we can only use 1, 2, and 3. So the first set is actually cutoff and resonance. What cutoff is basically a low pass filter, and resonance is the brightness to a sound. So I'm going to show you an example by starting a groove creator. I am using Urban 1 in this instance. If you can have a look here, it's waiting for me. So if I press A and I start, this is normal. What is standard without any effects processed to it. Right now, my knob has been assigned to 1 on the screen, and it has been, I have chosen the target to be the backing. So whatever I adjust on these knobs will affect the backing track and not the voices I play on my hands, right? I'm gonna show you what cutoff means. As you shift it to the left, you realize that the high frequencies are removed, and you can gradually bring it back up again. Okay, and next is the resonance. If I bring this up, you can hear that it gets twinkly and crinkly with more brightness and more bright frequencies coming through. I'll put it back to neutral. Next, we have the reverb. Before you do that, I'm going to change to the second part of the song. The second pattern. And reverb, right? What you're going to do is make the whole backing track more echoey and more spacious. You can hear this is with maximum reverb. And in a while, I am going to dry out the sound by putting reverb to nothing. You can hear the sound is very dry. Very short sounds. This is reverb, full reverb. Okay, and we also have chorus in set number 2. So if I increase it, you can hear that a lot of chorus, thickening of the sound. You can start to hear some distortion as well, and here's totally removing all chorus, making the sound very dry. And now I'm going to cut off reverb as well. This is about as dry as the sound can get. If I really want a very edgy, dreamy sound, I can push up reverb a lot and then push up chorus as well. Okay, the next parameter is the set of 3. The next one is the third set of parameters you can change on the live control knobs. And these actually controls the DSP only when you have turned them on. So right now, if I were to turn these knobs when I change it to number 3, it will do nothing because I did not turn on DSP. So it will only affect when DSP is turned on. So when I turn on DSP, right now, my DSP has been set to distortion 1. So when I turn my knob A, I will actually distort the backing track. Apply distortion effects like a distortion guitar to the backing track. And knob B is how much of that distortion noise will be let through. So the more I turn the knob to the right, the more distortion noise will be let through. So I'm going to let you have a listen. So you can hear this already has distortion. So there's a lot of distortion going on. And I'm going to cut the distortion, no distortion. So this, I'm going to put back some distortion. I'm going to put in, let a lot of the distorted sound go through. So you can hear distorted sound, a lot of distorted sound going through. And knob A is the amount of distortion. Okay, for number 4, it does not affect the backing track. It only affects the right hand voices. And number 5 is actually for the retrigger rate. What is the retrigger rate? I will let you listen to it in a while. This actually affects the styles as well, the styles in the groove creator. And for knob A in set number 5, it affects the volume balance between your auxiliary input. So assuming you plug in a MP3 player and you're playing your songs from your MP3 player or from the USB audio, or you are playing back an audio recording here that's built inside here, you can actually adjust the amount of volume between the volume balance between how loud you want the recording to be and how loud you want the keyboard sounds to be. So retrigger rate is the one that we want to look at, and I'll be showing it to you in a little while. Okay, so right now, 5. Whenever you press the same button or you hold on to a groove creator button, it will actually do a retrigger, which means that you will keep playing beat number 1. You see that? Number 1 keeps blinking and it's not moving. But what retrigger rate does, it quickens. When you let go, it's released. Let's try another one. Let's try B. Very cool function. Gives you instant DJ credibility. What I'm going to do is to use all these different functions on the live control knobs to chain up a complete song, and you can have a listen to how the different sounds can be affected by turning on and off different parts of the groove. Here we can turn on and off the drums, the bass, the different chord patterns on the groove that is active, the pad sounds, as well as the melodic phrases. We can turn it on and off to achieve different effects. So for A, it's already pretty thin. There isn't a lot of instruments, just a lot of pad sound. So I start with this, and then I'm gonna cut it off. Raise the resonance. normal, and I'm going to change section, and I will be using number 2, which is reverb. Yes, and drying up the sound, adding some chorus to it, and going C, moving reverb back to normal, and I will be applying DSP, which is a distortion sound, distorting the sound, and then reducing distortion, more distortion, and letting lots of distortion through. And I think we're ready to play with the Retrigger. That's quite nice, isn't it? And we're gonna finish up with a musical climax. I will be reducing the cutoff later on, and I will also be using the tempo to slow it down.